He was in another car. He walked to his car. His car was outside the arena under where we was. It was on side the parking lot, so he had to walk to his car. That's where the incident took place when somebody, you know, tried to get him or whatever. But Vlad, bro, if anybody know me, bro, that ain't my stilo, bro. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how I get down, bro. Like, that ain't how none of my people get down.
The day after his death, it wasn't even hours after, of somebody who was there, sat next to him, watched him, took notice of his withdrawn behavior. It's a whole video.
Boosie Badazz is back in the headlines, but this time it's not about music, beefs, or viral moments. It's deadly serious. Duke the Jeweler was taken out in cold blood, and now the feds are digging deep with Boosie's name tangled right in the middle. Official documents, witness statements, and street rumors are stacking up fast, and the internet's losing its mind over what's being uncovered.
I'm gonna tear that up.
Black belt, ring, got 15 with an afro.
I put that in trouble, please. Everybody will die. I'm gonna teach you talk.
What started as quiet whispers has turned into a full-blown federal storm, and every new detail makes it look like Boosie might be tied to something way darker than anyone thought. It all kicked off with what looked like a simple traffic stop, just Boosie riding in a car when cops suddenly pulled him over. But the timing? Way too perfect. The stop happened right after Duke the Jeweler was shot down in Houston, and people online started connecting dots real quick. Why that car? Why that day? It didn't feel random at all. Word started spreading that this wasn't just routine. It was part of something bigger. Once the feds got involved, the whole vibe flipped. They weren't moving like this was just another rapper's case. They came in focused, locked in, and not here to play. Reports say Boosie got pulled aside, and agents made it crystal clear this investigation was separate from all his past drama. No distractions, no delays, no legal games this time.
And you know, we was about it because obviously they were watching us. You know, obviously they were waiting for anybody to walk across that parking lot to them cars and getting them cars.
The death of Duke the Jeweler wasn't being brushed off as street business. It's being treated as a serious federal case, and Boosie's name sitting anywhere near that file has the whole hip-hop world watching every move. This isn't just some local case anymore. It's a standalone federal investigation, and the feds are moving quietly but fast behind the scenes. Word is, they've already split the charges and started zeroing in on who was actually with Duke the night he lost his life, and why that so-called friendly dice game looked more like a setup than a chill hangout. Nothing about that night adds up, and investigators know it. To them, Boosie might be a rapper, but right now he's also a person of interest. And the feds aren't waiting around for him to mess up. They're building a full timeline, piece by piece. According to the official Houston police report, Duke flew in from Chicago strictly for business to sell jewelry to Boosie. The man came prepared, carrying over $1 million in custom-made pieces packed neatly in his Louis Vuitton bag. Earlier that day, he'd been seen at a celebrity boxing match, taking pictures, laughing, surrounded by stars. Then later that night, he pulled up to a private dice game where Boosie and a few others were posted up. Cameras even caught Duke alive, relaxed, and showing off his work, shining bright like always. But just minutes after that game wrapped up, everything turned dark. Duke was robbed and shot dead. No jewelry, no bag, no answers. Boosie claimed Duke went his own way after the game, and whatever happened next, he had nothing to do with it. But with the timing, the connections, and Duke's trip being all about Boosie, the feds aren't buying that story. And that's when Duke's brother, known as Stax, stepped up ready to talk. Stax wasn't about to let his brother's name fade away quietly. Not a chance. He came out swinging, and the things he started saying made everybody stop and listen. No filters, no cryptic posts, straight raw emotion. According to Stax, Duke didn't just die by chance, he was set up. He straight up accused Boosie of being tied to what went down that night. No sugarcoating, no hesitation. Stax said Boosie was the last person Duke went to see, and just hours later, Duke was gone. That don't sit right with him, and honestly, it's not sitting right with a whole lot of people either. Stax took matters into his own hands. He started digging through videos, matching timestamps, checking every angle he could find.
Y'all finna be at the service tomorrow for Duke. Leave your phones in the car, man. The family don't want no phones, man. We ain't got time for motherfuckers be sneaking no pictures, no videos, no bullshit like that. Leave your phones in the car, man. The family asking for no pictures, no recording and shit like that, man. So if y'all want to get y'all little ass slapped up, punched up.
The way he tells it, Duke wasn't caught slipping. He was lined up from the start. And when it comes from your own brother, someone who loved and trusted you, that hits deep. Duke came into that situation thinking it was just business, selling jewelry to a big-name rapper, doing what he always did, networking, making connections, chasing bigger deals. But instead of walking away with new clients, he walked into a setup that felt too close to home, like someone inside the circle flipped on him. Whether Boosie had a hand in it or was just there when it went down, that's what the feds are trying to figure out now. But either way, the damage is done and the streets are talking louder than ever. Let's not forget who Duke really was. This wasn't some random guy rolling dice. Duke the jeweler was a heavyweight in the game, known for crafting icy custom pieces for major names in the industry. That night, he was carrying over $1 million worth of jewels in a Louis Vuitton duffel, all legit. He walked into that dice game shining bright, showcasing his work, making moves, and trying to level up, and somehow, that became his last night alive. Duke wasn't hiding a thing that night. He trusted the room. He came in confident, surrounded by people he thought were solid, flashing his work like he always did.
These type of situations happens every day. Every day. Is gambling and shit, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And rob the dice game or whatever, you feel me? No matter who the
But after that dice game wrapped up, everything flipped. The bag was gone, the jewelry vanished, and Duke was found dead not long after. Over $1 million in custom pieces just disappeared into thin air, and nobody in that room claimed to see or hear a thing. Cameras were mysteriously off, stories started shifting, and the only person who didn't make it out alive was Duke. That says a lot. This is the point where the whispers stop and the setup starts to sound real. Because get this, the same Louis Vuitton bag Duke was seen carrying that night, the one loaded with his jewelry, Houston police confirmed it was found inside Boosie's own house. Yeah, his house. Not at some random location, not in a car, not with a middleman, straight up in Boosie's crib. Let that sink in for a second. Word is, Duke actually told Boosie to hold the bag for him while they shot dice. Just a trust thing between two men doing business. But when the game ended and Duke was found dead, somehow that bag never made it back. It ended up sitting at Boosie's place. No police report, no public statement, no explanation. Just quiet. That alone got people raising eyebrows. If Duke trusted Boosie enough to hand him $1 million bag, why didn't Boosie ever speak out after Duke was killed? Why didn't he call the cops or at least reach out to Duke's people? And most importantly, why was that bag still sitting at his spot like nothing happened? And as if that's not wild enough, now we've got another missing piece in the puzzle. Duke's phone, gone right after the dice game. No trace, no data, no final messages recovered. Between the missing bag, the vanished phone, and the silence that followed. This whole thing's looking more like a setup than anyone wants to admit. Nobody wanted to admit where Duke's phone went, but the feds aren't stupid. Every phone leaves a digital trail, and when they pulled the data, that signal didn't vanish into thin air. It pinged straight to Boosie's own recording studio. Yeah, you heard that right? The final signal from Duke's phone led directly to Boosie's spot. Now that doesn't happen by accident. Phones don't just grow legs and walk. So either somebody in Boosie's circle took it or someone wanted it to look that way, but either way, that's bad news. The studio's location matched the exact last ping from Duke's phone before it went dark, which means someone either got sloppy or didn't care who was watching. And now, that's another piece of evidence pointing straight back to Boosie. By this stage, you'd think his team would go ghost and lay low. But nope, they just kept piling up losses one after another. When the feds searched Duke's rental truck, they weren't expecting to find what they did. No random fingerprints, no mystery suspects. Instead, they found Boosie's nephew's prints all over it. That's not some distant connection. That's family, bloodline, someone right next to him. And if that wasn't messy enough, his little cousin got caught up too. Two relatives, both tied to the crime scene, both with their names sitting in federal files now. That's not social media gossip. That's forensic proof. Fingerprints don't lie, and they don't fade with time. Then came the eyewitness, just a regular person outside catching a smoke. They told investigators they saw Duke leaving Boosie's house that night, calm and cool, like nothing was wrong. But then, out of nowhere, they spotted Boosie's nephew creeping out from the side, not through the main door, not walking up regular, sneaking from the shadows.
Is there supposed to be a certain protocol for people to check in?
No, and I begin with me, and then he can speak, and they can speak for the other generation. But I'm a never, you know what I mean? We don't have time for no sucker shit like that. Now a lot of people from the different police departments and all these different people want to insinuate like we extorting people. They have to check it.
The witness said Duke noticed him too, caught the move instantly, and started heading toward his truck, probably realizing something wasn't right. That single moment, one regular person watching from the street, could be what unravels this entire story. Duke probably tried to grab his strap or just get out of there, but he never made it. The setup was already in motion. According to what's been floating through Fed reports and street chatter, Duke didn't freeze up or back down. He fought back. He swung on Boosie's nephew, trying to defend himself and escape the trap, but it was too late. That's when, allegedly, Boosie's nephew pulled the strap and fired. No yelling, no warning shots, no chaos, just one cold, calculated move and it was over. Right outside the same spot where Duke was supposed to feel safe, doing straight business. This wasn't random street beef, this felt personal. And the way it all went down so fast, that screams planned. Somebody knew exactly what they were doing that night. But here's the real slip-up, the one that's got the feds turning up the heat on the whole crew. Word is, they held on to Duke's jewelry. Whether it was a robbery gone bad or they just decided not to return it, one fact stands out. They kept that bag. The same Louis Vuitton duffel with over $1 million in custom ice was still in Boosie's possession. And Duke's missing phone? That ended up at his studio. You can't talk your way out of that. Even if they didn't pull the trigger, hanging onto that jewelry ties them straight to the crime. That's evidence. That's motive. That's how the feds build their case. Link by link, piece by piece. And once that chain of possession got traced, game over! Now here's where things get real messy. Houston's own Jay Prince is being dragged into the conversation. People online and in the streets are asking serious questions. If Jay Prince really runs Houston the way everyone says he does, how could something like this happen on his turf without him knowing? Let's be honest, Jay Prince is known for that check-in culture. When outsiders come to Houston, they're expected to show respect, tap in with the right people, and move correctly. Because if you don't check in, folks say bad things happen, robberies, setups, or worse. So now the question's floating. If Duke was in Houston on business and did check in, that makes things look even worse. Because then it means someone inside the system might have let this happen. Even people close to the mob ties circle are whispering that Boosie's nephew might have acted on his own. But others aren't buying that. Some still think Jay Prince might have known something and just let it slide. The streets are buzzing, the internet's exploding, and every new piece of info just makes this story darker and deeper. Sources close to the situation say Duke wasn't just there for fun, he was winning big. He wasn't passing time or playing small, he was taking everyone's money, even some of Boosie's own people. That's when the whole vibe in the room shifted. What started as a chill dice game turned tense in seconds. You could feel the pride getting bruised, the egos clashing, and the air getting thick. Because when real money's on the table, tempers don't take long to flare. And when Duke started stacking too much cash, the noise stopped. That quiet, dangerous kind of silence that says somebody's about to do something stupid. So here's the question that's still hanging in the air. What really went down that night? Was it a setup from the start or just a bad night that spiraled way out of control? And most importantly, is Boosie about to take the fall for everything, or is he just the face covering for something way bigger? These are the questions the streets, the feds, and the fans can't stop arguing about. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think. Was this business gone bad or a straight-up plot from the jump? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss when we dig deep into the wildest stories shaking up the industry. And if you're ready for more raw truth, untold secrets, and scandals the blogs don't even touch, tap that next video right now. You do not want to miss it.